The Republican National Committee is also preparing to file more election-related lawsuits ahead of November in key swing states like Wisconsin. 12 News political director Matt Smith is live outside Pfizer Forum. And Matt, that includes ballot drop boxes.
Potentially, yes. Kristen, 5 days out from the Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee, legal teams for the RNC for months have been filing lawsuits in key swing states like Wisconsin, all focused on the election ahead of November.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
So that is a group today in Milwaukee praising last week's decision by the liberal majority on the Wisconsin Supreme Court allowing for the use of ballot drop boxes ahead of November, which the previous court has said was illegal. But this week, RNC officials telling us that new legal action may be coming.
Is the RNC planning to sue on the absentee ballot drop box decision by the state Supreme Court?
Yeah, we're still digesting that right now and trying to figure out next steps on it. Obviously, we're very concerned. We're disappointed that the Democrats went absolutely to the wall to try and dismantle election protections that we have here on the ground in Wisconsin.
Should Republican voters use ballot drop boxes this fall?
I think we'll see as we go along here.
You know, that's to be expected because voter suppression is awfully powerful and strong. And you don't want people to have their power displayed because you want to stay in power. So for that to happen, it's just a mutual disagreement.
Matt, as of now, though, ballot drop boxes are now legal in Wisconsin.
They are, Kristen, both for the August primary and the November general election across the state of Wisconsin. The official Republican Party platform that will be voted on inside Pfizer Forum next week will call for paper ballots and same-day voting.
Political director Matt Smith reporting live outside Pfizer Forum. And you'll find our previous reporting on the ruling and list of Milwaukee drop box locations right now on the WISN 12 app. Weather Watch 12 now. Nice weather out there this evening.
And Mark, the heat arrives this weekend.
Yeah, temperatures are going to really skyrocket as we head into this weekend. We're talking about 90s making a return in the meantime. Oh, how pleasant it is. 73. Yeah, it's a little bit sticky out there, but just you wait. This is going to feel great compared to what we're going to get as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A little lake breeze, that's what you see that line right there. We did have one thunderstorm that popped into parts of Milwaukee County, made its way through Racine County into Kenosha County. That is gone. We're dry. We'll be dry as we head throughout the rest of this evening. More thunderstorm actions pretty much surrounding us. But our big story will be the heat. 90, 93, and 90. Nope. They're not records. 1995, that was brutal, a brutal stretch of temperatures well into the hundreds and the upper 90s. We won't have to deal with that, but I will let you know how long we'll stay in the 90s coming up in Weather Watch 12.
Right now, family of a man who died outside a downtown hotel outside the Hyatt Regency along Martin Luther King Jr. Drive.
The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office is now reviewing the death as a homicide case. A warning, the video you're about to see is disturbing.
Stay down! Please stop fighting! Please stay down! Stay down!
43-year-old Devontae Mitchell died June 30th at the Hyatt Regency after hotel security and staff held him down. Police say he caused a disturbance inside. This afternoon, his family and their attorneys said the DA showed them new video and they're calling on the DA to file charges.
To see them beat him repeatedly over and over and over again. They didn't stop. They could have stopped. They could have let him go, and they didn't.
This afternoon, family and supporters marched downtown to the Hyatt. The district attorney released a statement saying they're awaiting autopsy results, and the autopsy, along with actions leading up to Mitchell's death, including his death and the use of force from hotel personnel, will be closely examined. Hyatt released a new statement tonight saying employees involved in this incident should be terminated and criminal charges should be filed.
Breaking news at the Cliffside Park campgrounds in Racine County. We just learned of a fatal police shooting. Exclusive video from News Chopper 12 earlier today captured a man sitting along a pond with officers nearby. Deputies said they responded to reports of a man lying on a sidewalk, and when they arrived, he fired a gun.
Emergency traffic on Channel 1 Caledonia is calling shots fired at the park. Shots fired, emergency traffic.
12 News just got an update from the sheriff's office. They say deputies tried to negotiate with the person, but that person, quote, took actions that forced law enforcement to discharge their firearms. The man died at the scene. They have not identified him yet, only revealing he's a 37-year-old man with ties to Racine and Mount Pleasant.
Leaders broke ground on a new Milwaukee County secure residential care center for children and youth. It'll house 32 youth to help them get services and substance use treatment. Leaders say this has been in the works since 2017 when state leaders passed Act 185, which is designed to build new youth facilities in an effort to close the Lincoln Hills Youth Prison in Irma.
I think it's important because the youth, this is their community, so we can have culturally appropriate programming and services that meet the needs of the community, right? So when they come here, the goal is not to have them here forever. It is.
The facility is expected to open in 2026. 2 Milwaukee police detectives opened fire on a man with a gun.
Coming up, surveillance video of the shooting from last night. The update police just provided what they discovered about the suspect when they took him into custody this afternoon.
Could not be more excited to have the world spotlight be on Milwaukee.
Plus the RNC and the impact on the Bartolotta Restaurant Group.
And the heat is coming, but how about more storms? All time out when we have the best chance.
So I'm expecting probably there's going to be a little bit of a chaos.
Ride shares in the RNC security zone. Tonight at 10, what drivers want you to know before you book a ride.
Then credit card delays after you return items to the store. Rawson Reports investigates why it takes too long to get your money back.
That's tonight at 10 after Shark Tank. Welcome back to 12 News at 6 and other local news. Milwaukee police just provided an update on last night's police shooting. Investigators say they arrested the 28-year-old man who pointed a gun at officers near Hopkins and Locust. Police say 2 detectives opened fire. At the time, police didn't believe the suspect was hit, but this afternoon, police say they arrested him near 37th and Locust and discovered he had been shot. Medics took him to a hospital. Both detectives have been placed on administrative duty. A man pleads guilty in a luxury car heist in Waukesha. Police say 18-year-old Calvin Valentine was part of a group from Chicago who stole 9 luxury vehicles. The heist happened back in February at the Jaguar Land Rover dealer in Waukesha. Police arrested Valentine after a chase and crash on I-94 in Kenosha County. He is set to be sentenced in September.
Just 5 days until the Republican National Convention begins, final preparations are underway for one of Wisconsin's premier restaurant groups. 12 News' Saria Sandlin spoke to Chef Paul Bartolotta ahead of a jam-packed week for his company.
On a quiet Wednesday morning before Lake Park Bistro opens its doors for dinner, chef and co-owner Paul Bartolotta is ready for a moment years in the making.
We were active in getting the DNC to come here. That never really came to fruition because of COVID, but we were equally as active in bringing the RNC. And actually in this restaurant was one of the closing visits on the final tour. Could not be more excited to have the world spotlight be on Milwaukee.
Bartolotta runs 17 restaurant and catering facilities from downtown Milwaukee to Brookfield. They have events booked, and he's expecting plenty of walk-ins even in the suburbs.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, afternoon cocktails, late night. We've got restaurants in Greendale and in Wauwatosa and in Brookfield and in Mequon and now out in Delafield. We think that those restaurants will be busier.
Chef Paul says it's not necessarily about all the bookings and revenue that will come in with the RNC next week. It's more about the ripple effect on Milwaukee for years to come.
Short-sighted to say, hey, how much money or how booked am I? No, how do we make sure that they leave happy and that we continue to showcase our city in the right light? I did hear some operators, saying I didn't get the bookings that I wanted. You've heard this, I think, as well. We have not experienced that.
What do you want people to remember about Milwaukee?
That it's a beautiful city, that it's a safe city, that are people that are proud to be here.
In Milwaukee, Saria Sandlin, WISN 12 News.
Bartolotta says they're still accepting last-minute bookings for the RNC, and they will all be open for walk-ins. Well, it is a nice evening to have dinner outside.
Yeah, Mark, we should enjoy the milder weather before the 90s return.
Yeah, it's 73 degrees right now. That's super comfortable. Yeah, it's a little bit on the sticky side, but as we show you the forecast coming up, things will be changing, and it is all about the jet stream that has made a big retreat all the way up into Canada. Now, the jet stream is much, much weaker in the summertime. But when it heads way up here, it allows all this heat to build, and that's exactly what's going to happen over the next couple of days. Really, it's going to be almost the entire country with temperatures that are above average. So let's talk about Triple H, hot, hazy, and humid, returning 90s for the weekend. The heat index, that's the combination of temperature and humidity. It makes it feel warmer. The heat index will be near 100 degrees for this weekend. A small chance of isolated storms pretty much every single day of the 7-day. Just like today, we had one tiny storm that affected only a little bit of the area. That could happen again. Not very nice in Phoenix at 115. People will tell you it's a dry heat. If you've ever been at 115 degrees, it doesn't matter if it's dry. It feels like your head is in an oven. It's not comfortable. 91 degrees Oklahoma City. That's not that bad for them. 78 in Jacksonville. You can see most of the country, though, is warm. The big heat is building out to the west. Speaking of big events, here we go. Cathedral Square getting ready tomorrow to kick off Bastille Days, one of my favorite festivals. 11 a.m. tomorrow until 11:30. It's also tomorrow night, which thankfully is tomorrow night, not later, because it stormed the Bastille. The 5K run should be really decent weather. Now, it's going to be sticky, but it's not going to be nearly as bad as it will be as we head closer to the weekend. And speaking of the weekend, you'll notice each of the days we do have the little thunderstorm clouds in there. But I don't want you to scare you. I don't want you to change your plans. The vast majority of the day is going to be fine. 90 and 93 degrees, though. Let's talk about rainfall chances. Pretty much that hit and miss variety, kind of like what we've had over the last couple of days, where most of us are just partly sunny throughout the day. Better chances of rain will hold off until about Wednesday of next week. Saturday and Sunday, we will be watching closely, and so make sure you stay tuned to Weather Watch 12. Do you need to cut the grass? I would do that tomorrow or Friday before it gets really, really hot. But for the most part, we're staying dry, and that grass is still growing very, very rapidly. The mosquitoes are also making a return visit. There's the lake breeze. So on one side, there's not a huge difference on either side. This time of year, the lake breeze is not nearly as strong as it can be into parts of April and May and even June. Really quiet around here in terms of radar. That trend will continue as we head throughout the night. That trend will continue into tomorrow. Again, is it possible you get one isolated shower or thunderstorm over your head, but don't change your plans. Have the umbrella nearby. Another nice day for tomorrow. 83 inland, 80 degrees near the lake. And then we start warming up. 84 degrees on Friday. Average high is 82, so 84 is not really warm. 90, that's a different story. That's pretty warm. 93 degrees on Sunday, and then 90 again on Monday. So 3 days in a row in the 90s and still hot on Tuesday. A little bit of a break from the heat as we head into the middle of next week.
It would definitely feel like a relief. We have Dario here with sports.
And the Brewers are looking to get back in the win column.
Yeah, something they desperately need to do because it is a dry heat out there because their NL Central lead, I love messing with Mark, starting to shrink a little bit. We're going to take a look at the closer look at the current NL division standings. Plus, the Bucs Summer League